Finally! Finally! Finally!
We have another Nintendo Direct. Let's talk about it. What is up, YouTube? It's RS Mario here, bringing you another, well, I can't say another because it's been 530 days since we had a Nintendo Direct. And man, it's just amazing. Like, I did not expect this to drop now. Alright, because I was trying to get a waifus video out for Valentine's Day, but with all the power outages and stuff because of the freaking ice storm, it's just ruining it. So far, the power hasn't gone out in all day. So I'm thinking we might be in the clear. Alright, it's been pretty good today, so I think we're good. But yeah, so Nintendo dropped earlier today that they were going to do a Nintendo Direct tomorrow. First one in 500 days. And it was going to be aimed at games that are already out and games that are coming out in the first part of 2021. So I'm assuming this is like the first 6 months of 2021. So games we're going to see in the next 3 to 5 months. So of course that doesn't, a lot of the big stuff that people want to talk about, like Fire Emblem Remake or Pokémon Remakes or Zelda, Breath of the Wild 2, we may not get stuff on that, but then again, we might, because they don't always go by that, oh, we're focusing on X, Y, and Z. So we might get some teasers for that, we might not. So this is just a video just going over what we might be able to get out of this Nintendo Direct, what we're most likely to get, what we might get, and what you probably shouldn't get your hopes up for. So first off, the bad news stuff, Metroid Prime 4. I don't think we're going to get anything on that. I think that game is so far away that dropping something now would be weird. The other reason why I don't think we're going to get a lot of huge things at this Direct is wow, now a truck wants to go by now. I don't know if you heard that, but that was a massive truck. Okay. But yeah, so the other reason I don't think we're going to get a lot of major things is because E3 is coming back. And more than likely Nintendo is going to have something for E3 in June. And that's going to cover the second half of the year plus the future. So no, Metroid 4, no Switch 2 or Switch Plus or whatever. Probably not, a new Mario Kart, because Mario Kart 8 right now is selling really good on the Switch. If we do get a new Mario Kart, we probably won't see that until E3 or maybe even next year, because there's no real point of bringing out one right now. As well as a lot of people have been saying stuff like F-Zero and stuff like, I don't think we're going to see anything like that. More than likely, we're going to see stuff that is mainly 2021 focused. Now, stuff that we are most likely going to see is a new Smash character. They said Smash directly in the tweet that they put out for the event. So that is definitely going to happen. Who are we going to get to see? My money is on a Generation 8 Pokemon, like somebody from Sword and Shield, or Crash Bandicoot. Those are that my money is on one of those two, if not both, but one of those two, because Crash 4 just got announced for the Switch, and this one is different because it's not just a port. So Activision, or whatever team Activision loaned this out to, has actually put effort into this. So they actually built this version of the game for the Switch. So it's not necessarily a port. So maybe they did that because, they were going to get Crash in Smash. So they, went ahead and did a version of Smash for the Switch. I don't think it'll be too different from the other versions, but it's not a port though. It's not just a scaled down version of what the PS5 and PS4 and the Xboxes have. So it could be Crash. And the other thing is, it's probably going to be a Pokemon from Generation 8 because there is no new Pokemon in Smash. So every generation since Smash has come out has had a Pokemon rep in some way. And this generation doesn't. So, you know, I mean, now it would be cool if they bust out Infernape, you know what I'm saying, or something like that. That would be hype, but more than likely we're gonna get a Sword and Shield Pokemon, like maybe like Score Bunny, something like that, to come in and represent Pokemon in the game. So something else that's not so likely to happen is Diamond and Pearl remakes. Now there's a possibility that we get some sort of trailer for this, like maybe a teaser, and then we'll get more information later. Mainly because next week is Pokemon Day. Alright, next week is Pokemon Day on the 27th of February. So if we get anything on a major new mainline Pokemon game, like a remake or a new gen or something like that, it'll probably be in the Pokemon Company's own event. I don't think it's going to be here. If we do get anything here, it'll be a teaser. But what we could get as far as Pokemon is some more on Pokemon Snap, maybe some gameplay, or something about Pokemon Unite. Since I think that game is probably going to shadow drop, you know, sometime either tomorrow or sometime this month. I would not be surprised because they haven't said anything about that game since they dropped the trailer at a Pokemon Direct like last year, whenever they dropped that, you know. So more than likely, if we get something from Pokemon, it's going to be either Snap related or it's going to be Pokemon Unite. I wouldn't be surprised if they did not shadow drop that game that day, which is interesting because this is going to be my jumping on point of MOBAs. I've never played a MOBA, so this is going to be interesting. Fire Emblem. Okay, can we see anything from Fire Emblem? That's kinda, because again, you know, more than likely if we see anything from Fire Emblem, it's probably not gonna come out this year, because I mean this year I think is really gonna be Pokemon and Zelda. So I don't think they're gonna drop a Pokemon, a Zelda game, and a Fire Emblem game in the same year. Even though I think they've done that before. But I mean, Fire Emblem has gotten to the point where it's a marquee title now. So it's gonna get its own time to shine. And dropping a Pokemon remake and Breath of the Wild 2 is just gonna cannibalize Fire Emblem sales. So I mean, if we do get anything, it'll be like a teaser. But I don't think we're gonna get anything. Again, what kind of Fire Emblem game it could be? Well, I did make a video a while back about Africa Emblem. You can kind of check that out. But more than likely, it's probably going to be a remake. You know, maybe Genealogy of the Holy War. Or it could be a remake of the Tellius games. Like, I would take that. Like, I would totally take like a upscaled version of the Tellius games on the Switch. Like, I'd buy that in a heartbeat because I haven't had a chance to play the Tellius games because I don't want to spend $400 on a GameCube game and a Wii title or whatever. Like, those games are like almost $200 a piece. So yeah, I mean, I would totally buy a remake of those. But I don't think we're going to get a lot of Fire Emblem stuff here. The one possibility, though, is a Fire Emblem Warriors sequel. Something in the vein of what's the one, Calamity, Age of Calamity, something in that vein, because that game did so well and it's the best-selling Dynasty Warriors game ever. It would be crazy for them to not do the other Dynasty Warriors spin-off game they had, which was Fire Emblem. So a Fire Emblem game, a Fire Emblem Warriors game set in the same era of three houses filling out that story would be a no-brainer. I wouldn't be surprised if we would see that. But I haven't heard any rumors of anybody making that. So again, take that with a grain of salt. Another possibility would also be Pikmin 3 or Pikmin 4. Because that game's been in development since before the Switch was the thing. Alright, if I'm not mistaken, I remember Miyamoto talking about this game during the Wii U days, you know. So that is definitely a possibility for a game that they can announce. And it actually would be an interesting spring title. You know what I'm saying? It has a spring feel to it, you know, the Pikmin games do. So if that game is still exists and they're still working on it, now will be a good time for them to drop that. You know, I can see that game dropping like April, May, you know, somewhere around that time period. And of course, last but not least, is the biggest thing on the thumbnail. Me. So I was editing the video and I realized I forgot to talk about Shin Megami Tensei 5. So this game was announced. I believe this was during the very first Direct for the Wii, for the Switch. And if there's any game that is ready to drop right now, it's probably that one. Between that one and possibly Bayonetta 3, but my money is more on Shin Megami Tensei 5. Even though we've heard nothing about that game's been in development for so long, it's definitely about to drop. Alright, back to the show. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2, or anything Zelda related. So this is the 35th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda. So they're going to do things for Zelda. We know that last year for Mario they did, what was that, Mario 35? Where it was like an anniversary edition of some Mario games. And of course Bowser's Fury was a thing that's announced. So we could get something similar like that for Zelda. I've seen some rumors, like people are talking about there were copyrights for Skyward Sword, Wind Waker, Phantom Hourglass. There were copyrights made for those, which could mean that they're going to do remakes or some sort of collection to sell on the Switch. Which would work, but why Phantom Hourglass of all games? Like, I understand that Phantom Hourglass is a follow-up to Wind Waker, but why that one though? And then not to mention there's two Wind Waker follow-ups, because there's Phantom Hourglass and then there's Spirit Tracks. So why would you port one but not the other one? You know, I mean, I know Spirit Tracks isn't the most popular Zelda game ever, but I mean, it would be weird to port the first two and then leave that one out. You know, but yeah, you know, that would be pretty weird. The other thing is, why would they port Wind Waker again? I mean, of course I would play it, but I mean, I've bought this game twice already. I've got the original GameCube game, I've got the Wii U version. I don't really need a third version of this game. I mean, Skyward Sword is an interesting one though. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Skyward Sword, but it is the last major, like, you know, Zelda game that hasn't the last major pre-Breath of the Wild game that hasn't been ported. So, I mean, because Ocarina of Time got ported to the 3DS, Majora's Mask got ported to the 3DS, Wind Waker got ported to the Wii U, Twilight Princess, if I'm not mistaken, Twilight Princess HD is on the Switch. So, I mean, the only one left is Skyward Sword. And I know a lot of people are not big fans of Skyward Sword, and Skyward Sword didn't sell well because it came out like the same week as Skyrim. But I mean, I think it would be a pretty good idea to revisit Skyward Sword and to give it another chance, a new life on the Switch. Maybe as part of some sort of Zelda collection. Of course, you know, putting some of the old Zelda games on the Nintendo Online service would be interesting. Which is another thing we might actually see more of, is Nintendo Online service, because that's something that they could totally drop quickly. You know, I mean, the online service has been somewhat lackluster. As far as the games, you know, I'm thinking it's more than likely because of licensing. You know, they probably have to pay a lot of money to get these old games to put on the service. So that's why, you know, the games have been these obscure Japanese third-party titles. You know, but I can definitely see them doing something with Nintendo Online as well. So, that's about it for my predictions. I know this video seems to be kind of quick-paced and not very scripted, but that's because it is. You know, I haven't had a chance to script this. Yeah. So that's about it for this. Expect if there is some big trailers and stuff tomorrow, expect breakdowns and theories and stuff. Of course, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe. Please comment. I would like you to comment. I like seeing people's comments. I'll be answering all comments to drop on this video. So like, comment, subscribe. Check out my other channel, the Loot Box Hero. There's gonna be some more content coming over there very soon. And as always, people, keep it real.